Hello and welcome to Reviews. I picked this up yesterday. Yesterday was New Comic Book Day. I didn't do any videos yesterday. I wanted to do Border Town #3, um, but my comic shop never received it. So I went to my backup comic shop, and they did not receive it either, even though they checked their order. They were invoiced on it, so for some reason, the two shops around me just never received Border Town #3. But in case you were worried that I did not have a crappy book to review, oh, well, X-23 will fit that bill just nicely. Now, I normally like one and done issues. It's a good, I do like continuing storylines, but sometimes I do like a nice, kind of filler issue, palate cleanser, something you can pick up and read um, oh, but God, this book is crappy. Um, I'm getting kind of sick with these covers that Marvel's doing, that it's just pin-up art, just like a character sketch. X-Men Gold, you see my furnace just went. I was waiting for it to finish, and I need to get new filters or something. I just put a new filter in. Yeah, I need to get a cleaning company in there to really do something. But anyway, X-Men Red has been doing that almost every issue with these, basically just character pin-up poses. And this one is, artistically, it's good, but it's just boring, it's like wax on, wax off. It's a stupid cover. But it's a stupid issue, so it all fits. And oh, Mariko. I'm seeing the She-Hulk series all over again. Let's just dive into this. They shortened the opening here, thankfully. They're not doing the usual thing where they have a full paragraph, just a basic, um, together the sisters began to fight for a better future as the all-new Wolverine and Honey Badger. Except for she doesn't go by Wolverine anymore. Laura's back to using X-23. So, yeah, that's what they were doing, but they don't do that anymore. So, Operation Kindergarten Clone is the name of this story. So, surprisingly, Mariko did not open with a flashback. As I've mentioned in the She-Hulk series and in previous issues, she loves to not start with a story. She goes with a flashback or something else. So that's one positive. Gabby is in high school. This is actually, the whole thing is told from Gabby's perspective. She's at Fieldbrook High School. Here we have, she's basically doing like a Punisher War Journal type log. As they're doing attendance. Bancroft present. Objective, locate and possibly pummel scientist guy, probably posing as a teacher person at high school. She's not an idiot. People do not talk like this. If writers are going to be given kids to write, and I looked it up, Gabby is 13 years old. Marvel time, maybe she's 14 now, but she's 13/14. She's in that age period. The Marvel Wiki lists her as 13. 13-year-olds do not talk like this. Objective, locate and possibly pummel scientist guy, probably posing as a teacher person at high school. Isn't Mariko a young adult author? I have a teenager. So I'm around teenagers. They don't talk like this. Bellamy, present. She's talking more about her little mission. Deets from Beast indicate the school has been getting deliveries matching tagged genetic research equipment for the last 3 months, which prob means another competitor in the X-Clone black market. Deliveries were care of FSC. Now, in this panel, we see, in the first panel, Fieldbrook High School. We get a big panel in the front. Fieldbrook Annual Science Fair. When I read this issue, my first thing was, FSC. Fieldbrook Science something, maybe not fair. Science Center, Science Club. That was my first thought. Okay. So here we have Gabby's alias. Roberta Beauford. Mission operative, Gabby, aka Honey Badger, aka Roberta Beauford. Totally present. What school do kids just say present? I know when I was in school, it was always here or some type of thing. But each kid says present. Minor nitpick. Roberta Beauford is a Pisces, likes fashion and walks in the park. She's a 90s trivia enthusiast and is allergic to peanut butter. Let's talk about this. The only reason that she's a 90s enthusiast, okay, trying to set up a lame joke at the end of the book, but the only reason is the age of the people that write these books. In this case, Mariko Tamaki. She's I think I looked up. I think she's in her 30s, which would make her, having been like a teenager in the 90s. So of course, she's going to be a 90s enthusiast. She's writing what she knows. There's no reason why Gabby would be a 90s enthusiast. She would not even undercover or in her real life. Kids don't do this stuff. And if she was, wouldn't she be dressed in like flannel or something? Got a bird yelling. No, this is stupid. You're only doing this because you can't write kids. You can't write teenagers. So that's going to be her big thing. She's a 90s enthusiast. So then we get this other, dislikes. People who wear all one color. Suki Kalem, present. Right, Daniels. Okay, 2 pages dedicated to just that. Now let's go by the ads. Now here we have Laura, who is undercover as the coach. And Gabby and Laura are talking to each other about, basically about their mission. And they make a really unfortunate choice for her to be wearing like the orange yoga pants, which I'll come to this. So Gabby calls her and says, Roberta, which is her, is ditching math to tail St. Clair. Suspect, Mr. Fraser St. Clair, FSC, biology teacher, aka Mr. Suspicious. So she's following the teacher, talking to Laura, when that girl, what was her name, Suki, comes up to her. Aren't you supposed to be in class? Aren't you supposed to be in class? My phone is just not focusing today. We're getting ready for the science fair, so we have a hall pass. Roberta, right? You said you were into fashion. It's one of my likes. You look like a weirdo in that hat. High school harsh level 8. High school harsh level 8? 13 years old. So she's posing. Now, high schools generally go, I know the high school I went to, and the high schools around here go 10th, 11th, 12th grades. So that's 15 years old, 16 years old, 17 years old. Some of them go to 9th grade, the freshman class. But she's 13. And even then, she'd be on the lower side, the lowest level in the class. And she's trying to pose as, okay, fine. It's a reverse 21 Jumpstreet. I'll give it that. She's making fun of her fashion, about her hat. Gabby has 2 huge scars on her face under her eyes. High school kids, yes, they are harsh. They would be making fun of her scars. Trust me, I know this from personal experience. Especially girls. Girls are so mean at that age. So, Gabby puts 2 and 2 together. Mission note, it's not as fun being on a mission if you have to deal with high school shade and can't punch anyone. Also, Now remember, she says science fair. She never mentions club until she sees the sign. So Laura is in the meeting, and Gabby reaches out to her, gets her out of class, and says, "Did you know Fieldbrook has a science club?" And then we get the big 1-page thing, Fieldbrook Science Club. Yeah, you know what I'm not even trying to say, oh, look how clever I am. Oh, look at this. I could watch an episode of Murder, She Wrote and know who the killer is right from the beginning. You see, that's a 90s reference, okay? Because I lived through the 90s. Roberta wouldn't be making that reference. But yeah, FSC, how they came up, when they got the delivery of FSC, that never occurred. Beast is smart. Laura's not an idiot. I'm really hating this book. That's a big twist. The Fieldbrook Science Club is getting all kinds of material delivered. Let's go back to this first page, where she's talking about what is getting deliveries matching tagged genetic research equipment for the last 3 months. Okay, so they're getting research material. And I'm going to have to skip some pages here soon. What should I'm just going to skip the next page. Let's go over and look at some dust. So Laura goes back into the teachers' meeting and asks where the science club meets. And they tell her, but only certain people have keys. It doesn't matter because she has claws. So she goes into where this room is and finds a giant vat, a bunch of vials, supposedly with genetic material. And now, if that's where the science club meets, so I guess this is where the science fair, and this is what they decided was worth a 2-page spread. Yeah, she left in the middle class to go to this in the gym. Yeah, what is that? The 25th annual science fair. Oh, a giant pink robot. Whatever. Okay, I'll grant this is the Marvel universe. Why do we have basketballs right here next to the robot? I know we're in a gym, but and remember what I was saying, and this is why I looked up Gabby's age, and the Marvel Wiki lists her as 13. She looks like Anna Marie from the Superior Spider-Man. She's absolutely tiny. And okay, you can't even really say it's, the downward, almost bird's eye view, because this guy back here looks to be about the same height. The people in the foreground, of course, should be taller. Yeah, the line. Look at the. Does the artist even know? What are they doing? Anyway, so here we are. Also, we have a really big robot. And Gabby tries to evacuate. You guys should get out of here. This place is going to get superhero intense in like 2 minutes. What? And so Laura's making her way down to the science fair, pulls a fire alarm. Good call. Okay, kids, that's the fire bell. Outside. Roberta, Gabby's alias, gets called. And yeah, that snarky girl, it's her robot. Or should I call you X-23 for Gab? Right, yeah, that's right, I did my homework. I figured my work would eventually get your attention. Why? 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 So we got a super smart teenage girl science, right? Why isn't she in Wasp? She should be in that book. Why is it Nadia Pym reaching out to her? It's the cost of being good at what you do, and I am very good at what I do, which is why I'm branching out. Okay, and Gabby says, I'm not talking to you. You made fun of my hat. You're not Clementine. You can't pull that off. So yeah, in Marvel, if you're a geneticist, you can build giant robots. Look at Pym. He did it. So robotics is profitable, but cloning is where the real money is in this business. And your genetic material is going to make me... It's the only good point here. Holy smokes! So much talking, just robot already. Whatever, shut up, fine. So, yeah, why is she... So she controls her robot. And she shoots these bubblegum things with the worst sound effect, with these little poot, 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 poot. Really? Who's this book for? This book is for... They're writing this book to be aimed at people as stupid as they write Gabby. So she's dodging all these bubblegum things. If this was to get her attention, why giant robot cannons that shoot bubblegum? What kind of school would allow this? You know, when she comes in with this robot, wouldn't the school say, wait a minute, those are some giant cannons on the arms? We need to talk about this. Where are the other projects? I mean, how do you have a little diorama when someone over here has a giant robot? I mean, this kid over here should just close up his little thing and go home. Anyway, Gabby gets hit by a stupid bubblegum globule, and the Suki girl is about to shoot her with an arm cannon, which maybe this one, the way it's glowing, actually shoots something, some lasers. No, it looks like they're both shooting bubblegum. So, this is kind of breaking my spirit. Laura starts throwing basketballs at the robot. Basketballs at a robot. Yeah, basketballs. Let's talk about the mass of a thrown basketball versus an arm cannon. Yeah. So Laura with the claws is just throwing basketballs, and one of them hits the controller. She drops the Suki girl. She drops the controller because Gabby's really trying to break free here. So Laura pops her claws, and oh my god, she jumps on the robot's head. The robot's surprised. Now, if she's controlling the robot, okay, first off, she's standing like over here. She jumps on the back. Why didn't she just come up from behind and take its legs out? Why does she jump up on the head? We didn't see any impression that the robot had any type of AI or anything. It looked more like that girl was controlling it. So Laura she grabs onto it and, oh, there goes my cats again, starts hacking at it. And here's where we get the unfortunate coloring. Now, with a bright light shining on this, you can definitely see that it's orange. I wonder how dark it'll be in here. It made it a little bit too dark without that light, but it looked almost like she had no pants on. And, you know, she's just kind of lazily slapping with her claws. And to be honest, with the coloring of this, again, it looks more orange when the light is bright. If you see it in person, it's not so much, not as bright as this, but it really looked like Laura was pleasuring herself on top of this robot. So, yeah, probably should not have chosen that color. So, the Suki girl says, whatever, I'm out of here. And Gabby picks up the gumball, throws it at her, she gets caught, and yeah. Gabby says, bye, high school. Good riddance. And why is it when I start making a video, my cat decides to get into everything? Anyway, mission, blah, 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 aka kindergarten clone. Mission accomplished. We don't do numbers, and if we did, it would not be a terrible 90s movie reference. I'm not even going to do all this stupid stuff. Yeah. Kindergarten clone. You're in high school. The joke doesn't work. You did all this, that whole 90s trivia, to set up a stupid joke at the end. So you can make dated references that have not been funny in well over 15 years, going on 20 years. Oh, and by the way, the whole, you just had a giant robot battle, and you guys are just going to casually walk out. Why are you walking out like on the track? It looks like you're on the school's track. This is stupid. In the middle of school, middle class, fire alarms been pulled. Nobody's rushing up. Where are all the other kids? Shouldn't they be outside somewhere? You guys are just going to casually walk out. Nothing matters. Now I understand why Zach says nothing matters. This is stupid. This book is freaking dumb as hell. 90s reference, because that's all you know. You thought, hey, you remember when Arnold Schwarzenegger said that thing and it used to be funny? So let's go ahead and say it. This book is Goddamn dumb! I just kicked up all kinds of crap that my furnace is kicking out. Yeah, this book is dumb. You're dumb. I'm surprised they didn't say science robot and science girl. Yeah. I don't even know why I talked so long about this. I kind of wish it'd been Border Towns. Border Town. This is stupid. They tried to have a little twist. Now, bubblegum does not count as food, so at least Mariko did not have them eating, or really talking about eating. Didn't have a flashback, so hey, she at least is getting better with her crutches, but yeah, stupid story, stupid characters. Everything about this book is dumb. Actually, the art wasn't too bad. I kind of enjoyed the art, but it was boring. The part that was supposed to be action, it just looked like I said, like Laura is just pleasuring herself on top of a robot. So yeah, this book is dumb. Oh, I get rid of this. I'm going to do a review of Border Town as soon as I can get my hands on that, but now I'm mad. Now I'm mad. I wasn't this mad when I started reading this. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will be back. Not sure. I have to look at what else came in. What else I picked up. Green Lantern #1 came in. I got that. And I think Aspired again. I already forgot. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.